I think I will write a letter to Hafnar next time I stay at an inn. He's going to get a letter that will be worthy of a response to his nonsense, and I will not hold back. But that takes a proper amount of light, and a table, quill, and parchment, none of which I have with me, so I'll have to get all that at an inn. For now, we have a tent that has a lantern that doesn't provide much in the way of illumination, but I have found that it gives just enough to read a book by. We are about to go to find Red Eagle's tomb, which is close. Magnus has gone down, it's been a long day, and I am tired. So reading for a while before rest is the best thing that I can think of. When camping outdoors, unless it's just Serena and I, we cannot be intimate. Of course we could sneak off in the middle of the night or let my companions know we need to go and bathe in the nearby source of water and will need alone time. My group is good that way. But then, out in the middle of Forsworn territory, this isn't the best idea, so it's just safer to remain together. Being in the middle of making love, naked, wet from a river or pond, and completely vulnerable is not how I want to meet my end. I will make sure that we will have a bedroom with space and privacy in Lakeview Manor. Ah, Skyrim. It's so dangerous these days. It wasn't like that when I was a boy. The worst was the occasional wolf, bear, or saber cat on the tundra. Oh, and spiders, since you can rarely encounter them out on the surface. When we lived in Tunderholm, Auntie and Uncle never let us out of their sight until we were of an older age, where we could run or deal with the threat ourselves. Meaning Hafnar and I. We were never allowed to leave the house and go anywhere alone, even up to Auntie's death. Now coming back, the enemy and threat is everywhere. I don't even need to name them all. But something has stirred it all up, otherwise it should never be this bad. It seems like bandits are more plentiful than regular people. We have killed hundreds of them, if not over 1,000 so far. Even the wildlife is much worse than I remember. Wolves constantly were attacking us when I first returned. Some even almost brought me down. It was that bad. I hear in times of hunger, typically in the winter, wolves tend to band together and kill everything else in sight, so maybe that is what is happening. But in truth, I think between the Civil War and the dragons as well as the Thalmar Justiciars roaming around, that this is the reason why everything is so stirred up in Skyrim right now. Unless you are in a protected town or city, it is just too dangerous, and this is why I have felt so much more comfortable leaving Lucia at Breezeholm and Whiterun, and with Lydia protecting her. Until Lakeview Manor is properly set up and has adequate defenses, then even that place is not safe enough right now. Gods help us. What has happened to my homeland? It's snowing again. Well, it's winter time. Winter tide, as some call it. Right, so I have another book. Dance in the Fire, Book 5. Let's see what Decimus Scotti gets up to in this one. Soap! The forest will eat love. Straight ahead. Stupid and a stupid cow. Huh? The voice boomed out so suddenly that Decimus Scotti jumped. He stared off into the dim jungle glade from which he only heard animal and insect calls and the low whistling of wind moments before. It was a queer, oddly accented voice of indiscriminate gender, tremulous in its modulations and unmistakably human, or, at the very least, elven. An isolated Bosmer perhaps with a poor grasp of the Cyrodiilic language. After countless hours of plodding through the dense knot of Valenwood jungle, any voice of slight familiarity sounded wondrous. "Hello," he cried. "Beetles on any names?" "Certainly yesterday, yes." The voice called back, "Who, what, and when, and mice." Sounds like Sheogorath took that one. "I'm afraid I don't understand," replied Scotti, turning toward the bramble tree, thick as a wagon, where the voice had issued. "But you needn't be afraid of me. My name is Decimus Scotti. I'm a Cyrodiil from the Imperial City. I came here to help rebuild Valenwood after the war, you see, and now I'm rather lost. Gemstones and grilled slaves. The war, moaned the voice and broke down into sobs. You know about the war? I wasn't sure. I wasn't even sure how far away from the border I am now. Scotty began slowly walking toward the tree. He dropped Regulus's satchel to the ground and held out his empty hands. I'm unarmed. I only want to know the way to the closest town. I'm trying to meet my friend, Leodes Juris, in Sylvanar. Ah, yes, everybody he was traveling with is dead, and all the Bosmer, due to the wild hunt that they... whatever spell or prayer or whatever they were doing, praying to their god. He's the last one to survive. Horrible. Sylvanar, the voice laughed. It laughed even louder as Scotty circled the tree. Worms and wine. Worms and wine. Sylvanar sings for worms and wine. There was nothing to be found anywhere around the tree. I don't see you. Why are you hiding? In frustration, born of hunger and exhaustion, he struck the tree trunk. A sudden shiver of gold and red erupted from a hollow nook above, and Scotty was surrounded by 6 winged creatures scarcely more than a few inches long. Bright crimson eyes were set on either side of tunnel-like protuberances. The animals always open mouths. They were legless, and their thin, rapidly beating, aureate wings seemed poorly constructed to transport their fat, swollen bellies. Are they mosquitoes? And yet they darted through the air like sparks from a fire. Whirling about the poor clerk, they began chattering what he now understood to be perfect nonsense. Wines and worms, how far from the border am I? They're just repeating what he said. How far from the border am I? Academic garnishments, and alas, Leodes Juris. Hello, I'm afraid I'm unarmed. Smoke and flames, and the closest town is dear Oblivion. Swollen on bad meat, an indigo nimbus, but you needn't be afraid of me. Why are you hiding? Why are you hiding? Before I begin to, friend, love me, lady... That's a 3. Is that supposed to be a Z? Zulika? Furious with the mimics, Scotty swung his arms, driving them up into the treetops. He stomped back to the clearing and opened up the satchel again, as he had done some hours before. There was still, unsurprisingly, nothing useful in the bag, and nothing to eat in any corner or pocket. A goodly amount of gold, he smiled grimly, as he had done before at the irony of being financially solvent in the jungle. A stack of neat blank contracts from Lord Vanek's building commission. Some thin cord, and an oiled leather cloak for bad weather. At least Scotty considered he had not suffered rain. A rolling moan of thunder reminded Scotty of what he had suspected for some weeks now. He was cursed. Within an hour's time, he was wearing the cloak and clawing his way through mud. The trees, which had earlier allowed no sunlight in, provided no shelter against the pounding storm and wind. The only sounds that pierced the pelting of the rain were the mocking calls of the flying creatures, flitting just above, babbling their nonsense. Scotty bellowed at them, threw rocks, but they seemed enamored of his company. While he was reaching to grab a promising-looking stone to hurl at his tormentors, Scotty felt something shift beneath his feet. Wet but solid ground suddenly liquefied and became a rolling tide, rushing him forward. Light as a leaf, he flew head over feet over head until the mud flow dropped and he continued forward, plunging down into a river 25 feet below. The storm passed quite as instantly as it had arrived. The sun melted the dark clouds and warmed Scotty as he swam for the shore. There, another sign of the Khajiiti incursion into Valenwood greeted him. A small fishing village had stood there once, so recently extinct that it smoldered like a still warm corpse. Dirt cairns that had once housed fish by the smell of them had been ravaged, their bounty turned to ash. Rafts and skiffs lay broken, scuttled, half submerged. All the villagers were no more, either dead or refugees far away, or so he presumed. Something banged against the wall of one of the ruins. Scotty ran to investigate. "My name's is Decimus Scotty," sang the first winged beast. "I'm a Cyrodiil from the Imperial city. I came here to rebuild Valenwood after the war, you see, and now I'm rather lost. I swell to maculate ape neck, agreed one of its companions. I don't see you. Why are you hiding? As they fell into chattering, Scotty began to search the rest of the village. Surely the cats had left something behind. A scrap of dried meat, a morsel of fish sausage. Fish sausage? Anything. But they had been immaculate in their complete annihilation. There was nothing to eat anywhere. Scotty did find one item of possible use under the tumbled remains of a stone hut. A bow and 2 arrows made of bone. The string had been lost, likely burned away in the heat of the fire. But he pulled the cord from Regulus's satchel and restrung it. The creatures flew over and hovered nearby as he worked. The convent of the sacred Leodes Juris? You know about the war. Worms and wine. Circumscribe a golden host, ape neck. The moment the cord was taut, Scotty knocked an arrow and swung around, pulling the string tight against his chest. The winged beast, having had experience with archers before, shot off in all directions in a blur. They needn't have bothered. Scotty's first arrow dove into the ground 3 feet in front of him. He swore and retrieved it. The mimics, having likewise had experience with poor archers before, returned at once to hovering nearby and mocking Scotty. On his second shot, Scotty did much better, in purely technical terms. He remembered how the archers in Falinesti looked when he pulled himself out from under the Horvar tick and they were all taking aim at him. He extended his left hand, right hand, and right elbow in a symmetrical line, drawing the bow so his hand touched his jawline and he could see the creature in his sight like the arrow was a finger he was pointing with. The arrow missed the target by only 2 feet. But it continued on its trajectory, snapping when it struck a rock wall. Oh, now you have 1 arrow. Scotty walked to the river's edge. He had only 1 arrow left, and perhaps he considered it would be most practical to find a slow-moving fish and fire it on that. If he missed, at least there was less of a chance of breaking the shaft, and he could always retrieve it from the water. A rather torpid, whiskered fish rolled by, and he took aim at it. "My name is Decimus Scotty," one of the creatures howled, frightening the fish away. "Stupid and a stupid cow. Will you dance a dance and fire?" Scotty turned and aimed the arrow as he had before. This time, however, he remembered to plant his feet as the archers had done, 7 inches apart, knees straight, left leg slightly forward to meet the angle of his right shoulder. He released the last arrow. The arrow also proved a serviceable prong for roasting the creature against the smoking hot stones of one of the ruins. Its other companions had disappeared instantly after the beast was slain, and Scotty was able to dine in peace. You ate one of the bugs that's talking to you. The meat proved to be delicious, if scarcely more than a first course. He was picking the last of it from the bones when a boat sailed into view from around the bend of the river. At the helm were Bosmer sailors. Scotty ran to the bank and waved his arms. They averted their eyes and continued past. "You bloody callous bastards," Scotty howled. "Knaves! Hooligans! Ape-necks! Scoundrels!" A grey, whiskered form came out from a hatch, and Scotty immediately recognized him as Griff Malin, the poet-translator he had met in the caravan from Cyrodiil. He peered Scotty's direction, and his eyes lit up with delight. "Decimus Scotty! Precisely the man I had hoped to see. I want to get your thoughts on a rather puzzling passage in the Noriad play bar. It begins, 'I went weeping into the world, searching for wonders.' Perhaps you're familiar with it." "I'd like nothing better than to discuss the Noriad play bar with you, Griff," Scotty called back. "Would you let me come aboard, though, first?" Overjoyed at being on a ship bound for any port at all, Scotty was true to his word. For over an hour, as the boat rolled down the river past the blackened remnants of the Bosmeri villages, he asked no questions and spoke nothing of his life over the past weeks. He merely listened to Malin's theories of Merethic Aldmeri Esoterica. The translator was undemanding of his guest's scholarship, accepting nods and shrugs as civilized conversation. He even produced some wine and fish jelly, which he shared with Scotty, absent-mindedly, as he expounded on his various theses. Finally, while Malin was searching for a reference to some minor point in his notes, Scotty asked, "Rather off-subject, but I was wondering where we're bound." "The very heart of the province, Sylvanar," Malin said. not looking up from the passage he was reading. It's somewhat bothersome, actually, as I wanted to go to Woodhearth first to talk to a Bosmer there who claims to have an original copy of Dirith Yelmilhiad, if you can believe it. But for the time being, that has to wait. Somerset Isle has surrounded the city and is in the process of starving the citizenry until they surrender. It's a tiresome prospect, since the Bosmeri are happy to eat one another. But the cuts. So there's a risk that, at the end, only one fat wood elf will remain to wave the flag. Oh, I don't even want to think of that. That is vexing, agreed Scotty, sympathetically. To the east, the Khajiiti are burning everything, and to the west, the High Elves are waging war. I don't suppose the borders to the north are clear? They're even worse, replied Malin, finger on the page, still distracted. The Cyrodiils and Redguards don't want Bosmer refugees streaming into their provinces. It only stands to reason. Imagine how much more criminally inclined they'd be now that they're homeless and hungry. So, murmured Scotty, feeling a shiver, we're trapped in Valenwood. Not at all. I need to leave fairly shortly myself, as my publisher has set a very definite deadline for my new book of translations. From what I understand, one merely petitions to the Sylvanar for special border protection, and one can cross into Cyrodiil with impunity. Petition the Sylvanar, or petition at Sylvanar. Petition the Sylvanar at Sylvanar. It's an odd nomenclature that is typical of this place, the sort of thing that makes my job as a translator that much more challenging. The Sylvanar, he, or rather they, are the closest the Bosmeri have to a great leader. The essential thing to remember about the Sylvanar, Malin smiled, finding the passage he was looking for. Here, a fortnight inexplicable, the world burns into a dance. There's that metaphor again. What were you saying about the Sylvanar? Asked Scotty. The essential thing to remember. I don't remember what I was saying, replied Malin, turning back to his oration. In a week's time, the little boat bumped along the shallow, calmer waters of the foaming current the Xylo had become. In Decimus Scotty first saw the city of Sylvanar. If Falinesti was a tree, then Sylvanar was a flower. A magnificent pile of faded shades of green, red, blue, and white, shining with crystalline residue. Malin had mentioned offhand, when not otherwise explaining Aldmeri prosody, that... These words, prosody? Prosody? Does it matter? That Sylvanar had once been a blossoming glade in the forest, but owing to some spell or natural cause, the tree's sap began flowing with translucent liquor. The process of the sap flowing and hardening over the colorful trees had formed the web of the city. Malin's description was intriguing, but it hardly prepared him for the city's beauty. What is the finest, most luxurious tavern here? Scotty asked one of the Bosmer boatmen. Prithala Hall, Malin answered. But why don't you stay with me? I'm visiting an acquaintance of mine, a scholar I think you'll find fascinating. His hovel isn't much, but he has the most extraordinary ideas about the principles of a Merethic Aldmeri tribe, the Sarmathi. Under any other circumstances I would happily accept, said Scotty graciously, but after weeks of sleeping on the ground or on a raft, and eating whatever I could scrounge, I feel the need for some indulgent creature comforts. And then, after a day or two, I'll petition the Sylvanar for safe passage to Cyrodiil. The men bade each other goodbye. Griff Malin gave him the address of his publisher in the Imperial city, which Scotty accepted and quickly forgot. The clerk wandered the streets of Sylvanar, crossing bridges of amber, admiring the petrified forest architecture. In front of a particularly estimable palace of silvery, reflective crystal, he found Prithala Hall. He took the finest room, and ordered a gluttonous meal of the finest quality. At a nearby table he saw two very fat fellows, a man and a Bosmer, remarking how much finer the food was there than at the Sylvanar's palace. They began to discuss the war and some issues of finances and rebuilding provincial bridges. The man noticed Scotty looking at them, and then his eyes flashed recognition. Scotty, is that you? Kinnereth, where have you been? I've had to make all the contacts here on my own. At the sound of his voice, Scotty recognized him. The fat man was Leodies Juris, vastly engorged. That's the man that asked him to come down. But now he has all those pages from the... Well, it was the other company's whatever they were, the forms to fill out for, well, what do they say? Discuss the war, financial rebuilding. Yeah, for rebuilding. So, he's got his, I guess he can try to apply for that place after he gets home, but he'll have all these. I'm sure they'll accept him. If I remember right, that's how the next story or two goes. But we're almost done. There's only 2 more books left. He's doing all right for himself. Alright, now it's time to fall asleep. I'm tired. My love sleeping next to me. Right. I don't know what happened to the little one, Redcap. But Lucien's over there. And he goes there. Time to go to sleep. Ooh. Time to wake up, my love. A little cold. Why is your horse over there, Lucien? See, you should listen like Inigo's horse. He's trained it well. Right, let's pack it up. We are going over there. Oh, over... Well, I see something over there. But apparently it's that way. Really? Oh, whatever. It's that... this general direction. I am cold. Let's get going. I'm hungry a bit. Oh, there's some buildings there. I don't... Oh, there's a cave here. Ugh. Sure they aren't correct. Necromancers or cannibals. Necromantic cannibals? Is necromantic even a word? Necromancer cannibals. Alright, I'm hungry. Nordmead. How about Horker stew? Yes. Oh, that's good. Everybody eat before we go in. You especially. I love you. Let's go in. We're after more of these Forsworn. I guess I don't even know what to expect. We have Red Eagle's sword, but what is that going to do? Oh. When I first came back, I was picking everything I came across. I don't really need these things anymore, but... back in the days when any kind of equipment that was worth anything was worth the effort. Now I have so much of everything. What I really need are just... I think I have plenty of them. Healing potions of the best kind, the ultimate healing, which I have a fair bit of. I've got ultimate stamina and magicka as well. I've got a few of the other ones. I don't have as many potions as I used to. Paralysis does not work on dragons. Warm me up, please. Cold from that sleep. Is it dead orc? Oh. Whatever it is going to have something to do with Red Eagle in here, because this is where we're supposed to go. So I wonder if he's been buried here. There's nothing here. No one here, I mean. It's an adventurer. He had the Legend of Red Eagle book. Guess we came to the right place, Lucien. Why is there so much blood around this? That looks like it opens up. Right, I better not be... is there a trap? Rocks fall on you? Spears come out? Darts? Watch out! I put the sword in. Ah, it opened it up. I would think that not many, besides the Forsworn would do that. I don't think that there will be many Forsworn in here. Draugr, maybe? Ooh. Well, this looks like a burial chamber. Let's go slow. What arrows do I have? Oh, I've got a lot of bone arrows. The best. Skeletons! Oh. They obviously know I'm here. Is this Red Eagle itself? Himself? Hey!
It is then.
I can do that too. How is it that Forsworn... Oops, I don't... Forgot. I can take souls with this sword now. How can a Forsworn shout? Take this. Got him. Really? Honed Ancient Nord Greatsword of Burning. That's nothing special. I think this is Red Eagle. He was shouting though. Treasure. Amethyst. More ultimate healing, which is what I want. Coin purse. Cape of the Red Eagle. Take that. Linen wrap. We should probably have... Oops, I didn't mean to take the embalming tool. Actually, I really don't want that. It's rather disgusting. See, if I was a necromancer, I'd be taking all the bones and decorating my home with it. Coin purse. That's just how twisted those ones are. Okay, no traps. Ebony boots of dwindling shock. Madness ore. I don't know what to do with this stuff, actually. Ruined book. Ranger bracers. Anti-soul gem. Black soul gem. Be careful with that. Linen wrap. Linen wrap. Linen wrap. We're probably good for linen wrap. Is that it? That was the Great Red Eagle. Okay. Make sure that I'm not missing anything. Is there any other chests? Well, that's a Forsworn hero. What do you expect? Not a Great Nord hero. If it was a Great Nord hero, this whole chamber would be filled with powerful Draugr backing it up. Instead, it has several measly, weak skeletons. Alright then. Well, how do I guess we get out the way we came in. Let's go. Not some great hero, I guess. You know what? Just to rub it in, I'll leave this sword there. This is different. No, it's got to be the same. Even if it is, it's all useless to me. I've got enough coin. My equipment is about as the best as I can be. I'm not missing anything. Let's get out of here. I thought that there was a nearby place, so... There's some ruins... just maybe to the west of here. But we have to return to Old Hrolden Inn. We have that other sword for that ghost that's staying at the inn. Yeah, I see it now. The ruins up there. It's a sword, I don't care. I think we've been there. Sundered Towers. No, we don't need to go back. Maybe the Forsworn have returned. Oh, whose horse is that? A wild horse. That's a pure white horse. Beautiful looking. Oh, it's white tanned. It's gonna run if I get close. Nice looking horse. I like Clive. That's the name of the horse that Lucian has. I like the look of it. I prefer that horse over there, but you know what? I'm bonded with this horse. She's good. Princess will do. Right, so... Rorikstead there. I wish they had carriages there. So we've got to find our way down to the Old Hrolden Inn from here, which means a lot of climbing down. Maybe go for the sinkhole. which is it's this way. You know what? Just to guide me out. Oh, it is kind of there as it is. So it's around this mountain, hill, whatever you call it. Sorry, horse. You're pretty. There's one that looks like you, princess, dark brown. Is this a river? It's some kind of ravine. Right, this probably goes to that mining place. Let's find our way to the inn now. Actually, this was really simple to find. What's that noise? Oh, boar. I was going to say, is that a cow? Well, Ghost, I have your sword.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by the fire, and I'll send someone over.
Wait, what is making that sound? I thought that was, children. Could it just be the frost enchantment? Maybe it's on Dark River.
Barkeep, I'd like a drink.
Let me try this.
Thanks.
I still hear it. Crinkling in the... What happened to you? Hello?
A lot of people are prejudiced with my appearance. I'm fine. Fortunately here, look after yourself. I was welcomed like a daughter by these good people.
I think she's burned. I'm sorry that happened to you.
I just wanted to have something.
I can barely hear you. Maybe your mouth isn't open too well.
She gave me the love as an orphan I never had before.
I've been waiting for you, Hjalti.
I'm not Hjalti.
I fought by your side to take back the Reach from the savages.
Okay. I have the sword you're looking for.
It's been an honor to serve you, brother. Remember our lessons from the sword masters of Alcair? Let me show you a few things you may have forgotten before we leave Hrolden.
Ah. Taught me how to block better.
Old Hrolden Inn is
Well, that was worth it.
It's amazing to think I'm
Alright then, where's that?
You're out. No drunks.
That's the bard over there. Beautiful voice.
Hello, friend.
Hey there. Actually, I think she's a pretty attractive woman. I'd like to hear your singing again.
As you wish. What would you like me to play?
Listen, I want to hear that Dragonborn comes from your voice.
Ah, a fine request. I would be honored to sing this for you.
I've seen mud crabs that are
A
smarter
lot of
than
people
you.
are prejudiced.
Get out of my face.
Fortunately here,
Isn't that your
I was
boy?
welcomed like a daughter by these good people.
Yes?
Our hero claims a warrior's heart. I tell you, the
What can I do for you?
comes
Shh, I'm listening.
with a voice wielding power of the ancient Nord art. Believe, the dragonborn comes.
Change the linens myself. They're fresh.
It's an end to the evil of all Skyrim's foes. Beware, the dragonborn comes. For the darkness has passed, and the legend yet grows. You'll know, the dragonborns come.
Different, but I like her voice. You have a very good singing voice. Would you like to perform? You said you are a bard.
Oh? What is it?
Let's see what you have to say. Let us talk.
All right.
Sing me something, Serena.
Sure. Which song?
Ah. Can you sing the song that she just did, The Dragonborn Comes? You can also know Dusk on Anvil Harbor. Maybe you're the one I'm looking for. As if. But you know several songs.
Sure thing. Our hero claims a warrior's heart. I tell you, the Dragonborn comes. With a voice-wielding power of the ancient Nord art. Believe, the Dragonborn comes. It's an end to the evil of all Skyrim's foes. Beware, the Dragonborn comes. For the darkness has passed and the legend yet grows. You'll know the Dragonborns come.
I like both, but I like Serena's even more. She has a beautiful voice. That would just make me fall in love with her even more. Beautiful voice, beautiful woman. Hey, we are missing... I think we're missing Lucian too. But, Redcap I haven't seen since yesterday. So he gave me a ring. Called Redcap ring.
You look unwell, my friend.
Oh, and you're here immediately.
Dovaka.
Hey, can I craft you some new armor?
New armor. Most armor no fit Reeklings.
I know.
But me see others wear. Me like.
We can alter some armor we find to fit you.
Yes, please. Me excited to wear.
But have to... I mean, I can craft Redcap new armor at the forge by converting a regular armor piece into a Reekling size. These armors can then be given to Redcap by talking to him about his armor. Yes, it's going to be very small. I wonder what I can make for you. I guess I didn't sleep as well as I thought I did last night. Alright, yeah, we're missing Lucian's... Hey, Inigo.
Yes, my friend.
Are you okay? Any thoughts?
I am...
Yo, you don't sound well.
I do not like Periite very much.
Any other thoughts?
I am thinking we are ill, but we will get better.
I feel okay. Not like you. Anyways, I'm glad you're here, Inigo.
Me too.
Alright, we're going to go to get the last piece of Mehrunes Razor. We'll probably have to forge it somehow. Or get somebody to forge it. And the last piece is simply I have to buy it from somebody in Morthal. Right, let's find a carriage to get over there. I guess even cultists take a break. That's Kesh the Clean or Unclean, whatever his name was. So, we are here in Morthal. I need... What? I have the blade, the pommel, I need the hilt. Mehrunes Razor. Somebody here has it. I might have to negotiate with him. Hey!
Oh, did you need something?
Do you have anything for me?
Need something?
Do you have any packages for me?
Nope. Sorry. Nothing.
I'd like to change how packages are delivered.
We can deliver it wherever you need.
Take packages to Lakeview Manor.
I'll make all the arrangements.
You know, you're really dirty, right? You should have a bath there. Deathbell. Deathbell is always good, this. Good for poisons. I hear 2 of them. The swamp fungal pods stink. Giant lichen. I think I should probably try to make something with everything I've been collecting. It adds up over time. Yeah. Spiky grass. I don't know what I can get out of this. But I'm not the best at making potions. Hey! Serena, come. Swamps are known for good death bell.
its name.
So whoever owns it is this way. On the other side, at the lumber mill.
Or a house. But it does sound a bit sinister, don't you think?
Hello?
I can take you to any port on the coast.
Oh. I'm a little confused. Where's your boat?
Alright.
That actually, yeah.
Yes?
Not to go right now, but where can you take me? You said
Where are
on
you
the
headed?
coast? Because I want to go to Dawnstar right after this. Okay. Good to know.
Alright.
Yeah, where'd they... Oh, from here. We don't have to go to a shrine, especially there's nothing here. I keep forgetting. We need to go to one of those places. An actual temple to the divines. Hey, I hear you might sell the hilt.
My responsibility, and that's what I care about.
Of
That's
the
all.
sword.
How are you doing, love?
Hi. Hey.
I just want to be left alone to do my job, and to enjoy what little free time I have when I have it.
Wait, I need to talk to you.
Good evening.
I'm looking for pieces of Mehrunes Razor. I hear you sell the hilt.
Don't know what you're talking about, stranger.
What? Really? Salus Vesius says otherwise.
I've heard of him. My father had suspicions about his connection to the mythic Dawn. Guess they were true. I don't need this. My family wasted 8 generations keeping that razor safe from a dead cult. As far as I care, it can stay locked in my house.
How did it make its way up to Skyrim? I heard the champion of Cyrodiil had it. Listen. I'll pay for the hilt.
Divines know the milky use of new blades. All right. It's yours. Here's the keys. It's locked in the chest inside my house.
All right.
Until next time.
Where's your house? Right here. Not that I'm going to use it in the name of Mehrunes Dagon. That evil Daedric prince that tried to destroy everything in the last age. What can I make? Cooked meat. I've been carrying this for a while. Venison chop. Just how much venison do I have? 1. You know what? I wanted to save this to make, what do I need for venison stew? I've got enough hot food. Venison stew. I just need a potato and leek.
My fleas say it ruins my blood's
I wonder
delicate
if he has any
aroma.
of these. He's got bread. Don't mind taking bread. Potato and a leek. Oh yes, right here. Leek and potato. Take your garlic. Venison stew. I should have saved all the venison instead of just cooking the meat. Hilt of Mehrunes Razor. Right, that's everything. Now we just go to that, whatever his name, that Imperial. He does have a museum dedicated to the mythic Dawn. Well, you know, I mean, unless there's threat of him coming back, I mean, Mehrunes Dagon. I guess there always is, but I thought when Martin Septon turned into, everybody told this story for the last 2 centuries, the dragon. Inigo.
Rearrange the letters of Morthal. It spells Thalmor. Coincidence? You decide.
Wait, I didn't know that. You can rearrange the letters of Morthal to spell Thalmor? I guess you can. Well, Morthal's been around a lot longer. Well, maybe not. The Thalmor have been around for a long time too. I think they were in the 2nd era. Hey, I need your boat.
May not look like much, but my boat can get you there faster than walking.
Yo, let's take your boat.
Where are you headed?
To, Dawnstar.
When you're happy.
No, I don't.
Climb on in the boat and get comfortable.
Second coldest place in all of Skyrim. Second coldest city. The first would be Winterhold. And I know that I used to live there. Windhelm is pretty cold too, especially during the winter.
No.
Come on, come on. Don't be shy.
Not funny.
We need to find you a temple. We have to go to one of the major cities for that. Well, we do have to go to Solitude. Maybe we'll try it there. Oh, I can't even say that. Miss Michinja left. We'll have to go there for that woman that's... She lost her sword. That one that's down in Riften. We also have to go to Windhelm at some point. To tell that boy Aventus Aretino that I got rid of Grella the Kind. At some point. I don't know what's going to come of this. If this summons back Mehrunes Dagon to, yeah, I was trying to say Martin Septon sealed the gate forever from the Daedric princes from ever invading again. But what was I going to say? Yeah, if this brings back Mehrunes Dagon, then I guess that's my new job. To stop it. I'll be the new champion. Champion of Skyrim. I don't know. You need the blood of the of Akatosh to stop it. Well, here you are, you strange man. Why do you want all this?
What is it? Do you have one of the razor fragments?
I have all the pieces of the razor.
All at once? You're efficient.
What, do you expect me to bring it piece by piece?
Here's your reward. Finally, all the pieces of Mehrunes Razor are in my hands. It's time I let you in on something.
What?
There's a fourth piece. That scabbard in the display case, built to house the razor.
Oh,
and
yes.
There's more.
Hmm?
I know how to put all the pieces together. We just need to take them to Dagon's shrine and contact the Lord of Change directly.
Oh. Why, though? This sounds like a terrible idea.
You don't want to be a part of history? Fine. I'll be at the shrine if you change your mind.
Oh, whatever. Oh, the hilt... Sorry, the, sheath was in there. Are these all the books? Apparently, if I remember right, the Mythic Dawn... Yeah, he does have them all. All four. I don't even want to read it. What is this? This opening the way to oblivion?
Excellent work.
And that's the there's words from Daedric words. Well, where is this shrine? Where is it? Actually, it's a good question. I didn't know there was a shrine to Dagoth Ur here. I guess there's a shrine to every Daedric prince. Oh, where is this? Oh. It's somewhat close. Shrine of Mehrunes Dagon. We could also go into the Michinja left, whatever you call it. Since we're here. Meet Silas at the... Okay. Well, we need to find... It's getting late. All this traveling today. All I do is travel around Skyrim and kill things. And loot things and pick things up. And grow stronger. But yes, that's my life. And fighting dragons and saving the world. I don't really know of a place. I know there's a lot of ships that come in. This place is really full. How do you get this ship out if this one's blocking? I guess there's a little bit of room. That is a really ugly prow to your boat, by the way. What is this? A mammoth? I'd put a dragon head on mine. Oh, that would be magnificent. Unfortunately, I'm not, it's not my thing, sailing. So, where's the inn? I am tired. good read before you go to bed, doesn't it? Oh, Inigo, you sound worse. Hey, I don't like how you're sounding. Any thoughts?
I am thinking I am ill, but I will get better.
You keep saying that.
Okay.
Why can't they have a temple in every village?
Back to it.
Especially being in this cold is not good for you. Oh, there's a few other things to do here, I forgot. I'd have to go through my book, but yeah, there's a woman I was supposed to meet. I forget why. I think I saved her sister last year. If I remember right, this was the inn. Was it not? No?
I wonder why they call this place Dawnstar. The name is not...
There's 2 levels to this place. I think I'm thinking of the upper level. It's right here. That's the shed. This is to the inn.
My friend, a toast to a beautiful friendship.
Do I remember you? I've met so many people over the last year. It's nice and warm in here, and I can get a good sleep. And maybe I'll have...
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
It is nice
A
in here.
legend we all know and love. What can I do for you?
Hello. What you got for sale?
Take a look.
Ooh, you got a lot of wine. Let's see, I like baked potatoes. Some milk. Meat pie? That sounds good. That could be my dinner. And you don't sell salt, do you? No?
Alright then.
I need to rent a bed tonight. There's a captain with us.
Do you feel alright?
To be honest, horrible.
Oh dear. Is there something I can do for you?
Dunmer captain.
I don't like taking orders from a boy, but I need to go.
Hi there.
Okay. Hello. Right, I need to rent a room.
Your parents are proud of you. They have a lot of reason to be.
I'm sorry. My mind was just somewhere else. Do you need a room?
Yes, I do. What have you got for sale? I need some salt. Now that I've been rereading the Dance in the Fire series again, I remember why I liked them so much. Those books and the Argonian account explain so much lore in the game, and at the same time really bring you into the stories. If ever Bethesda goes for putting the Elder Scrolls into film, then if I were the one in charge of all of that, I would make each of the Elder Scrolls games one per season, and of course it would be different people and actors for most of them, except for Uriel Septim VII and his right-hand Chancellor Okado, for all but Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls 6. At first I thought of making them into movies, but unless it's a 6-hour movie, I don't know how they could. Maybe if they break them up into a few per game. I'm talking Lord of the Rings-like effort with scale, talent, and money, as I'm sure before those movies came out, no one thought they would be that well done. But I find the Elder Scrolls even more epic and interesting than the Tolkien universe. And if it was done well with, like the Fallout show is, then it can be with the Elder Scrolls. One thing I keep hearing from people is that when it comes to games to shows, then it shouldn't be the same thing you just played. I completely disagree. Look at what I'm doing with my Let's Roleplays, literally taking the same games we all played and adding in my character's story. With the show or movie, it would be quite different in terms of who is playing who, and with how it would be condensed into a more watchable format. It would be similar, the same story, but also very different. I say make them straight out of the games. Also, I keep on hearing that they are going to make a Mass Effect live show or movie. Well, if they do that, then I wish they'd follow the exact stories of the games. Hopefully it will be lore and story faithful. If not the game stories, then whatever it is, it would be great to add more lore to the Mass Effect universe. Perhaps do the story from the First Contact War, where much of the background history of the games begin. So the polling is done, and it looks like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is next, after Skyrim is complete. That's my son sneezing. He's sick. Thankfully, I found a nice guide on Steam on how to set up a great-looking version of that old game. Take care.